at that point that they arrived at my doorstep, I knew that I would be a completely different person. Period. I knew it. Oh, and first and foremost, let me give you the experience on when I received them. It was a snowstorm here. I live in Washington, D.C. It was a little bit of snow, a lot of it actually, and shifted some of the post office and the Amazon's routes to deliver later. I ended up getting the majority of the books at one time, and it was really cool seeing him just scan them all and see them arrive at my, because at that point that they arrived at my doorstep, I knew that I would be a completely different person. Period. I knew it. Man, like I am forever changed. So seeing that, and then now they're kind of trickling in, still opening them and seeing the gift messages from the individuals who decide to send me that specific book was so amazing. To see the correlation between the person and the book that they sent, and the gift message was the why. I'll tell a little bit throughout, but for the most part, I'm going to try to like just knock out these books and kind of give you the why. The first book is The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, Transforming Self-Sabotage into Self-Mastery. And this is what it looks like. This is a book about self-sabotage, why we do it, when we do it, and how to stop doing it for good. Now, I know that throughout my life, I have suffered a bit with self-sabotage, and now I'm climbing out of it very, very graciously. So this is a book, I want to say it is from my dear friend Suze, and she was stating that she was reading this book as well. That's the reason why I put it on my registry. And I want to eradicate self-sabotage from my life. I want to live in my power. I want to walk gloriously in my power and understand that every single decision that I make is critical to the development of who I am. And so I know that this book will help bring that into perspective. So I have my next book is Stop Overthinking by Trenton. Overthinking is the biggest cause of unhappiness. Don't get stuck in a never-ending thought loop. Stay present and keep your mind off things that don't matter and never will. This book, I forgot exactly how it got on the list, but I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, Radiance, put this book on your list. You are an overthinker of the year, okay? So it says 23 techniques to relieve stress, stop negative spirals, declutter your mind, and focus on the present. Going back to self-sabotaging, remaining in the present, not overthinking, not like clouding your mind with all of these different thoughts that may not even matter, more than likely. This book is from a dear friend, Lori. Thank you so much, Lori. All right, oh, this makes me happy. Feeding the Soul, because it's my business, by Tabitha Brown. Take the course called Life, honey, and you'll find out how to watch. I mean, how much we, can't read today. Find out how much meaning is in everything you've ever done. Tabitha Brown, what's up, my North Carolina sister? I'm originally from North Carolina, and just seeing her glow up and her, I wouldn't even call it a glow up. She's always been glowing, but glowing out has just inspired me so freely. I actually have this on Audible, but I wanted the physical book to support her and then just be able to read it as well. So this one is from my beautiful Merry friends. Happy birthday, Radiance. We love you so much and appreciate your friendship. From Tristan and Lewis Day. The days, and they have brightened my day. Thank you so much for feeding the soul. Soul development. Tabitha, Miss Tab, honey. All right, the next one, All About Love by Bell Hooks. Now, this one has been in circulation as of late due to the homegoing of Miss Bell Hooks. So this is a love song to the nation, and because I've seen people talk about it a lot, I definitely wanted to go ahead and put it in my book library. So I'm really excited to read this. I haven't actually read a book by Bell Hooks, but I figured with this wonderful, wonderful journey back to myself, my highest self, that all about love. Love is a really critical element of, myself in this journey. So this is one of my favorite books ever from Puli. Thank you. Puli, thank you for this book, and I cannot wait to read it. All About Love by Bell Hooks. Okay, so we are going to go into pussy prayers. I know, it's okay, it's okay. All right, everybody, calm down, don't freak out, right? I've already read this book, and when I say it's a game changer, it completely changed my frame of thinking. So here it is, Pussy Prayer, new kind of sex ed. Pussy Prayers is about rekindling your connection to your pleasure center, the space through which you manifest and create worlds, regardless of the body parts you do or do not have. Now, I have been going down this deep journey of my sacred womanhood, and Pussy Prayers is a wonderful book to just speak real facts to you about some of the things you've always been thinking, and maybe you could just never say out loud. Like, I could never say this P word out loud, but now I say it with boldness because I am a gatekeeper of life. I recreate the world. So it talks about that in your womb and healing your womb center. Pussy Prayers. And this is from my good friend Mac. Thank you so much, Mac. Now, I decided to put a second book on by Black Girl Bliss. Sorry, that was by Black Girl Bliss on my registry. And this one is called Please. Because I enjoyed Pussy Prayer so much that I was like, well, I want to read another one. So this is called Please. It's about prioritizing and pursuing pleasure as a means of radical, intentional, and transformative self-care. So I am so excited to be reading this book, this second book here, Please, simply because I was so transformed by Pussy Prayers that I definitely want to still make sure that I understand how to radically love myself, especially through this journey and this huge transition I'm making in my life. So thank you for this book, Danielle. I feel like the sun is really shining through right now. We always want radiance, so we freely bring it in. You'll see me sunbathing here. Next book, Practicing Mindfulness, 75 Essential Meditations to Reduce Stress, Improve Mental Health, and Find Peace in the Everyday. Woo, this is what it looks like. So manage life's daily frustrations with practical and approachable mindfulness exercises. Now, I am always seeking a good mindfulness book. I am always seeking ways to stay mindful, to be in the present, to ground myself. Going back to before, like with anxiety, you have to come home back to yourself. And you have to find ways on how to come back home to yourself, because you know that once you do, you will feel that you have arrived, and you'll have a sense of calmness a little bit over you, as long as you trust yourself. But we'll talk about that later. Anyway, Practicing Mindfulness by Matthew Sockolov. I put on here because I saw it on one of the Amazon's like bestsellers, and I always look for different ways to practice mindfulness. So my dear friend Staley, oh my gosh, I love you and your creativeness. I hope you enjoy the book, Love You Infinity. Staley Gibson, she has a new last name now because she got married this year or last year. Congratulations again, and thank you so much for having me get excited to practice my mindfulness. Now, of course, this next book has to be in the Library of Excellence. Amanda Gorman poems. Call Us What We Carry. There we go. So this is it says Amanda Gorman is a seer, a seeker, a speaker of our most difficult and astonishing truths. Man, I love poems, nice short excerpts to remind me of who I am. And so this one, oh man, yes, this is from my good friend Molly. She was a soccer player at the University of South Carolina when I ran track. And so she said, Radiance, happy birthday. I bought you this because I got it a few weeks ago. There's justice and joy, and boy, don't you bring me so much joy. Keep writing your story, as writing our stories is an essential service. Molly. Wow, thank you. So this one will forever, ever be in my generational library, and I'm excited. Amanda Gorman, thank you. God, thank you.